Hey everyone, what's up? So today's video, I thought I should make a video on how I water teas. It's a very common thing that you have to do when you're keeping a tarantula, as teas do drink water, as you see my pea bara drinking from her water dish. Centropus lambertoni. As well as I'm going to be uploading a video very soon because I got a molt from my Eldivacillus, which is right over here, so I'm going to show you what she looks like and how to sex it in a separate video. As well as I'm going to be making the arachnid tour tomorrow, so you'll be able to see all of the collection that I currently have. Okay, so today we're just going to give water to 8 teas. Some of them are actually pretty common in the hobby, so Grammosola rosea red form, the E. camperstratus, Grammosola pulchripes, B. amelia, some arboreals like P. erminia, a couple of haplos, and the Syracampus livingstoni. Okay, so I'm going to go open up the cages and I will show you exactly how I do to water them. Okay, so the act of watering teas. Well, we do have to do this once in a while, as when you ever buy a tea. It's important that you keep them hydrated at all times. So basically, what you should do is you should get a water dish if your tea is more than 3 inches big. Make sure it has plenty of water. They can go up to 2 weeks without water. Other than that, they're going to start to really be lethargic. And if you notice that, then that means that your humidity conditions are a little bit too low and you probably want to up it. First things I recommend, keeping the substrate moist at all times. Don't put a water dish in there, or don't put a little piece of Kleenex, spray a little water and put it in there expecting the sling to drink. It's not going to drink that, and this is actually very dangerous because sponges and moist Kleenex or paper towels are perfect breeding grounds for bacteria. So generally what I do for my tarantulas, for the substrate, I like to soak the substrate because I find that you get the best humidity for that time. And that's exactly what I do with my Theraphosa sturmi, as well as Avicularia versicolor. Both species really need high humidity to survive well. So what I do is I take warm tap water, I let the tap run for a bit before I pour the water in, the spritzer. Then what I do is I let the water soak the substrate. I just pour water over it, as you'll see me do with the Haplopelma. Allow the bottom layers to get sufficiently wet, and that way that's where your humidity is going to come from. As well as for high humidity species, I block off the ventilation. As you can see there's plenty of humidity in there, and the substrate is pretty moist for several weeks, so that's a good sign. Okay, so now for my E. camperstratus, the Pink Zebra Beauty. This you probably won't see very well. Sorry about this, I don't have a tripod. So I just went ahead and put some water over her water dish. For E. camperstratus, you don't really need much misting, just very lightly. So this is what I'm going to do, to show you exactly what I do. And that's pretty much it. Okay, so 1 down, 7 to go. Now for Grammosola rosea, the Chilean rose. This one here is Lois, my red form female. Basically, you don't need to mist substrate with rosea. All you need to do is just to fill the water dish like this. Rose hairs do not like very humid conditions. And that's it for this rosea. Now for the other ones. Alright, next stuff I have Brachypelma amelia, Mexican painted redleg. It's very similar to the Brachypelma smithi, the Mexican red knee. Basically the same thing I did with my E. camperstratus. poured some water in there. And for bee amelia, they like slightly more humidity than your bee smithy. So again, I'm just going to give her a little misting. Try not to wet the tea because they don't like it. As you can see, she's running away from the water. Sort of like that. Okay, next one. Grab a solo poker piece, the Choco Goldning. This was Wendy, my 3-inch female. As you can see, sorry if it's really low lighting. So water, and you don't really need to miss Gramasolas. They like it really dry. All right, this one here is Mystery, Cyrthoracanthus livingstoni, the Livingston's tarantula. Okay, she's in her hide. That's good. So this tea is pretty much from Guatemala. It's very similar to the Phonopalma simani in both care and temperament. So again, water. And give a little generous amount than I did last time, because Cyrthoracanthus species do love some humidity in here. As you can see, make sure that the tea is in its burrow or its hide, and that way you'll have a much more easier time to deal with it. So that's it for this one. Now your typical cobalt blue, Haplopelma livinum, that's when you really need to get the substrate moist. So she's in a little small critter keeper. Notice that I taped most of the ventilation, which is good thing that you need to do. Again, give it water. Now this is what I do to get the substrate moist. There's Midna. I just pour water over it. That way you can see the bottom layers are going to get soaked. And she's not going to be happy, but I find that's the best way to gain the humidity in here. Alright, next. Alright. Now, 2 more teas. This one here is another Haplopelma. This one's a Minax, Diamond Black. This is Alyssa. She's like a 3-4 inch female. Again, the substrate is pretty bone dry. I usually like to keep them a little bone dry, that way I don't have any mold problems. Because if you miss them too much, that's not good. So, basically do the same thing. And watch it with the Haplo because they love to come running at you. See, no misting. All I'm doing is just soaking the substrate. That's what you need to do. Fortunately she behaved. Now for a fast arboreal. Okay, so the arboreal I'm choosing in this video is my Pyraminia Josie, Venezuelan sun tiger. Okay, she's really close by to me. Okay, so she's pretty fast moving, just like your Avix, your Pokies, your H-Mac, your S. calceatum. So again, I'm going to fill her water dish. This time I'm actually going to close the lid when I'm doing this. I'm going to open up the little trapdoor. And this time you have to mist because arboreals like to drink from the glass. Okay. As you can see, she's going to come out. That's exactly why I closed the door. And you just want to get good soaking in here. you don't. Good thing I did that. Okay. She always likes to move when you're doing this. And that's pretty much it. So you can see Josie's just loving it. Alright, perfect. Now before I let you go, I'll show you exactly what to do for a sling. For example, I'll demonstrate this Palma Calicotes Desert Blonde. So this is for Jack 5458. He kind of asked me how to miss a sling. So basically, here's her burrow, as you can see. So this is exactly what I'm going to do. And that's pretty much all you need. So I do hope you enjoy this instructional video of how to water your tarantulas. A lot of people have asked me how to do that, and that's basically how I do it. So I usually miss them once a week, and I just keep an eye on which ones dry out the most, and then I just replenish them with water. So hope you enjoyed, everyone, and thanks for watching.